Okay, welcome to FM Tuition Academy. Okay, this is FM Tuition Academy. Okay, so if you want to contact us, you can WhatsApp us on the WhatsApp line that I'm giving here below, which is 0979 22 20 76. So you can contact us on that WhatsApp line. So this will include, the lesson for the day includes grade 10, 11, 12, and GCE students as well. So if you want to do online tuitions, you can WhatsApp us. If you're in any of these categories, you can WhatsApp us on that WhatsApp line. Okay, let's proceed to the lesson. We're going to be looking at the pendulum. The pendulum. This is the part 2. We already did part 1, but now we're looking at part 2. So pendulum part 2, that's what we are looking at. Okay, you need to have this knowledge because sometimes it comes in the practicals. So they can give you a question like this. They can give you a question which is like this. A question can come. Let me say this is example 1. Okay, we can say okay, let me do this. Example 1. So I'll say example 1. Okay, so a question can come where they ask something like a question can come where they ask you something like, they can say a pendulum oscillates 30 times in 6 seconds. And then question 1, it can say, what is the period of the pendulum? Okay, that is question 1. And then question 2, they can say, what is the frequency? What is the frequency? So like again, the period of the pendulum and the frequency of the pendulum as well. Okay, so the answers as follows. Answer for number 1, the formula that we are going to use for period, you remember period has got 2 formulas where we say periodic time is equal to 1 over frequency. The other formula for period, it is T. There's also a T here, T capital follows small t. They are following one another. There's a capital T before and a small t in front, and then N. So when you are using this, you select which of the 2 formulas you are going to use. However, this time you are going to use this type of formula. So that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to say periodic time is equal to time taken over N. So time n is a number of tens, where n is a number of tens. We'll say n. Okay, since we're not using this formula, I'll rub it so that I say n is the number of tens. Okay, so where n is the number of tens. So when you go back to the first question, the one we're dealing with, what are the number of tens? The number of tens is 30. The time is 6 seconds. So on the tens we use 30. On the time we use 6 seconds. So when you come back to the original question, you find that on time here we use 6 divided by the tens. According to the question there, it was 30. So what is 6 divided by 30? 6 divided by 30 is actually 0.5. 0.2 rather. When you divide 6 divided by 30, it will give you 6 divided by 30 to give you 0.2. So 0.2 seconds. So that is the formula you are going to use. The second question says we should calculate the periodic time. So, the frequency. So the second question said calculate, it's here, what is the frequency? So we're calculating the frequency of the pendulum. Now, the formula for the frequency of the pendulum, we said the period of the pendulum, it is t over n. You see these t's are following one another in one line. There's a t here and there's another t there. They're following one another. But when we say the formula for frequency, what's the formula for frequency? It's very easy. The formula for frequency, it's the upside down of the formula for period. So if it is frequency, the n goes on top, the t goes down. That's how you solve it. So you say frequency is equal to number of tens divided by period. You swap these. N goes on top, t comes down. So it goes like that. So n, it is actually number of tens. It was according to the question, it was 30. You remember? 30 tens, time was 6. When you divide that, it will give you 5 Hz, Hz, which means Hz, because frequency is measured in Hz. So Hz, okay, 5 Hz, 5 Hz. Okay. So basically, this is the way you solve these type of questions, and you actually do them. So this principle ought to be used at all times, and your mind ought to open to this type of questions. Okay, we're going to look at example 2. So example 2. Okay, example 2. We're going to look at example 2. Okay, so a pendulum oscillates. A pendulum oscillates 51 times. A pendulum oscillates 51 times. Or 51 times in 0.24 seconds. Okay. 1. Calculate the frequency. 2. calculate the period. So the same formula. So we already know that the formula for period is this. These t's follow one another in one line over n, and then the formula for frequency is the upside down of the formula for the formula for frequency is the upside down to the formula for period. So it means the n will go on top, the t will go down. So which of these two formulas am I supposed to use? It's this one. So it means we'll say frequency is equal to number of turns divided by the time taken. So the number of turns is what? According to the question, 51 turns time 0.42. Okay, so we'll have 51 times 0.42, and then number of turns is 51 turns. So that will be 51 divided by 0.42, we'll have 121.4 hairs. Okay, so 1.4 hairs, that's what we are having. 121.4 hairs. That is it, the answer for question 1. What about the answer for question 2 of the same question? It was calculate the period. So period is equal to time taken over number of turns. What's the time? 0.42. Number of turns? 51. So what is the 0.42 divided by 51? That will give me 0.008235. Okay, seconds. You can round off to how many you want. I just wanted to open your mind. This is seconds. Okay, seconds S. Okay, just put seconds there at the end. S, seconds. So this usually goes for all questions that you be coming across. Okay, so we're looking at example. We can look at example. Okay, time. Okay, let's look at example 3. Example 3. Okay, the pendulum oscillates 16 times. The pendulum oscillates 16 times in 2 minutes. Calculate the period. That is part A. Part B, calculate the frequency. Okay, so let's calculate the frequency. Okay, so we're calculating the frequency. So start with the period. So start with the period. Period. So think I've already explained this. So periodic time, that is first, so is equal to T over N. What is T? T is actually going to be equal to T is actually going to be equal to T is going to be equal to 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes. So 2 minutes. So I've converted minutes to seconds. 1 minute is equal to 1 minute. I think I've done variation. So we're going to say 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. How many seconds are equivalent to 2 minutes? I think we've done this. This is basic maths for grade 8. 120 seconds. So time, we'll put 120 divided by the number of turns is what? The number of turns, the question is the time was 2 minutes to convert it to seconds. Number of turns is 16. So, or number of turns here, we'll put 16 is equal to, what is 120 divided by 16, guys? 120 divided by 16. So 120, we are dividing it by 16. What will be the answer, guys? 7.5. So 7.5 seconds. What about frequency? Frequency, guys. So frequency, that's what I'm calculating now on question 2. Calculate the frequency. Question 2. So we'll say frequency is equal to N over T. N, we found that the number of turns is 16 divided by the time, it is 120. Okay, so 16 divided by 120. So it will be 16, you are dividing 120. 16 divided by 120. Okay, that is 0.8. So 0.8 hairs. That's how you do it. Okay, so let's go to the next question, guys. The next question, what do you do? What do you do? We're looking at example. Actually, I think these examples are enough. Let me just give you an exercise, guys. An exercise. So right now, I'm going to give you an exercise based on what I've taught you. I think you are able to do things for yourself now. So this is the exercise. Okay. I think this is you can do for yourself now. I believe this you're able to do. I don't think this can give you a hard time. Okay. 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 Let's see if you're able to do this. A pendulum moves from A to C in a pendulum moves from A to C and okay, we'll start with this one first. A pendulum moves 40 times in 25 seconds. A, what is the period? B, what is the frequency? Okay, that is question 1. And then for question 2, A pendulum oscillates a pendulum oscillates 120 times in 0.25 seconds. A. Calculate the frequency. B. Calculate the period or periodic time. Periodic time of the pendulum. Okay, that is question 2. Question 3. A pendulum oscillates from A to C in 75 times using 5 minutes. A. What is the period? B. What is the frequency? What is a frequency? Lastly, a pendulum oscillates from A to B in 5 seconds. A. What is the period? B. What is the frequency? You see, this one, they haven't given you the number of times. So meaning even the formulas you're going to use, you have to use your creativity. I've taught you both part 1 and part 2. So you should be able to know and analyze. If you move from A to B, what do you do? So use your mind. Okay? Thank you. So those ones who haven't, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button down there. Hit subscribe, and then just click, okay, and subscribe, and then turn on your notification button. Okay, turn on notification button. If you want to do online tuitions, WhatsApp us on this number. Maybe it's your first time. 0979 22 20 76. Thank you.